What's going on, everyone? This is Taha. We're here for Team Wars Talk, Week 5, Season 9. With me today, I have Mystic, Hills, and Sneezy. Mystic, welcome.
Hello everyone, I'm Mystic from Banana Rampage, and thanks for the invite.
Sneezy, what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Hello, it's Nijji from SPA.
And of course, Hills, what's going on?
Hi. Pleasure to be here.
We're all here today. We're going to get some interviews from the team players slash managers themselves about their games from Week 5. We're gonna dive right in. First game, Shadow Games Links versus Duel Links Taiwan. A bit of a rough start this season, but you guys finally got a really solid win against the only undefeated team in the league. How are you guys feeling after that win?
Yeah, we were coming into the match. We didn't think too much about the fact that they were the only undefeated team. We just prepared basically to not lose to Water and Blue Eyes like we did in the previous weeks. And the match started going on a high roll with I drew very well. And after that, I managed to continue with Blue Eyes, basically. And I gotta say that I also were a bit lucky in my matches.
Well, you put your team up 7-2 after you were both your decks were gone. I mean, at that point, you guys were feeling like you're gonna win, right?
Yeah, considering what they chose to send against, I like I think it was it was the first player when they sent us against the Seraph Dark Lords. I think we were pretty sure we were gonna win because we had two Blue Eyes still, so we were pretty confident that we could have bring the win home. And we managed to do it by getting 3 more wins, so pretty good about that.
All right. What do you think about kind of like their deck choices? Is it what you expected, or did they kind of throw you for a surprise, but you drew pretty well and it didn't matter?
I'm honestly surprised about I think they chose to send Serpent, Water Xyz, the old Water Xyz, against me playing Thunder Dragons. I kinda bricked that game, so they managed to get the win. And also, what surprised me was the Evil Eye. I feel like it's a good deck, but they play it very poorly. They missed lethal, so I managed to win that game. Probably if they didn't miss lethal, the war would have been much harder, of course. Apart from that, I think it was all pretty standard, I guess.
Okay. Well, you guys are now sorry, excuse me. You guys are now 2-3. Playoff hope's still very much alive. I mean, 6-4 is where you want to be, kind of, and you guys are still in it. Can afford to lose one more game, even. How are you guys feeling about your playoff chances?
I think we are in a strange division because there are a lot of new teams or returning teams at least. So I think we can manage to get to the seventh week with a good tiebreaker, with a good win loss rate, and probably make playoffs or at least get in the wildcards. But it's gonna be hard, of course.
Well, I think you guys definitely are, on the uprise here, and Definitely a very, very good team. So I think you guys will have a solid shot. It's going to be exciting to see how the rest of your games go. But congrats again on this win. Much needed
Thank you.
win. And a strong win, too. Next one, Sky Parameters versus Uchihas. Alright, Sneeze G. Sky Parameters is one of the biggest stories for this season. Complete rebrand over the offseason, formerly known as X Hunters, and now Sky Parameters are here, and they're here strong. 4-1, one of the best records and R&D in the entire league. What happened with, you know, what changes did you guys make? I mean, it seems like you guys are doing everything right so far this season.
I'm not sure about everything right, but let's call it a really good start for us. I still consider myself really young in Teamwork, but I know a lot of things changed since I'm here. I'm not saying it's me changing things, but we did put a lot of efforts to try to organize better, understand meta better too. We did a lot of work and it pays off, but let's just call it a good start for now.
Well, you guys definitely, I mean, 4-1. You guys had a rough week 1, but since then, 4 in a row. I think might be the only team in the league right now that is on a win streak of 4 wins. So that's very good from your guys' end. Let's talk more about this game. Uchihas were 2-2 before this game, and they definitely have been beating some big names in this division. What was your approach for this game?
We thought about some more Dark Lords. We tried to watch their other games in other leagues. We really tried to put some efforts to find a decent kind of counter to Blue Eyes, because it's still very random. You can streak very easily with it, like heals, or a lot of people did, like even me in this game. So we really didn't want to fall in something like sending the wrong starter, and we ended to start with Thunder Dragon. That wasn't really a perfect pick for me, but we decided as a team and it worked somehow. And the whole decks overall worked. Even Honomats did quite okay, quite decent. It stole 3 points, 2 points maybe. I think we are satisfied about what we did about the building and the deck choices for this game at least.
Yeah, and you guys definitely, this was a domination. It was a little bit close in the beginning, then that Onomat took the lead, and then of course you came in with Blue Eyes 4-2, pretty much put your team in a winning spot. They made a run at the end when it was 8-4, but too late, and Sasuke got the win. So congrats on this win. Any other comments about it?
No.
All right, well, you guys are doing great so far this season. I'm excited to see how you guys continue to perform in the remainder of the season. We're only at the halfway point, so a lot can change and a lot can stay the same. Next one, Mystic, Banana Rampage. This was a very, very strong performance by you guys, but Louise mainly, 9-1. It's not every day or every week you see a 9-1 performance. Talk to me a little about how this game went.
Yeah, really happy with Luis' performance. 9-1 is a pretty good record. And talking a little bit about the game, I think the key moment of the match was the Sidra when he takes both Dark Lords and even with the repeats. And this moment put us in a good position since Phoenix already spent their both repeats and all their Dark Lords, which is a pretty good deck for this format. And yeah, then it was to Blue Eyes, if I remember correctly. But with his Blue Eyes, it just took more 4 games. And it's pretty good win against Phoenix, since it's a pretty good team. Sadly, they are doing bad this season, but yeah, it was a pretty good win for us.
Yeah, 10-3 as well. Like, that's a pretty big margin.
Yeah.
So like that's gonna
Yeah.
help you guys in the R&D. And now you guys are
Yeah,
3-2 with a Yeah, you guys are 3-2 now with +8. That's really good. How are you feeling about the
Yeah,
season so far?
it's really happy. Really happy for our performance. Still a lot of things to do, a lot of matches, but I'm confident for reaching playoffs.
Yeah, you guys are definitely on the road to playoffs here. 5 games left, and you guys just need to go 3-2 again, and don't even have to win them too heavily, since the 8 R&D is there. So
Yes,
pretty
very.
comfortable, pretty comfortable. But it's gonna come down and be very, very competitive near the end, and that's where things
Sure,
start getting
sure.
really, really exciting. Right.
Yes.
Next game. So Mars isn't here right now, so we'll skip this for now. I think something came up for him. We'll talk about instead the Lost Tribe versus Modern Empire game. Uh, I guess the story of this game was Weather Painters streaking due to a few mistakes here and there, but I think overall, I don't know if there's much to say about this. Do you guys have anything you want to add about this game? All right, no comments, I guess, about this game, but 10-4. Um, I'm
Very
pretty
big
happy with this win.
setback.
Huh? You said Weather Painter's best tech.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about this win, but we'll move on to the next one. Abusement Park versus Infinity. This one's very interesting to note. Infinity opened 2-0 with Thunder, and Gold came in. This is the second week in a row Gold has won 4 games. This time with Fire King and Dark Lord. Before it was with Blue Eyes and Dark Lord, if I'm not mistaken. So he put the team back in the lead, or at least their first lead of the game, 4-3, and then Luxon came in with Blue Eyes, extended that lead a little bit more, and then Lamp closed it off near the end. You guys have any comments about this game?
Yeah, they brought light horns.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about light swans
Yeah.
too, actually, because I was checking cheats
Also,
quickly, and all I can see, sorry, is light swans.
yeah,
Yeah,
to that.
can't see anything else.
Interesting choice.
Kinda interesting.
Yeah, it seems like Lightsworn was their Blue Eyes counter because they sent it in and then it lost, and then they repeated it, and then it won 2 games.
Any of you guys watch this stream actually about the light swan build or anything? I'm really surprised to see light swans actually, so I prefer ask about it.
I watched like one of the games only.
Yeah, I should remember the beginning too.
I remember I just saw like turn 1 every, and then that's all.
Okay.
Beatdown was an
That's-
interesting choice.
That's some ladder start actually. Ladder turn one every pass.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, Lightsworn can't even play Kyroid now either, so it's like their Beatdown was very interesting. I remember in the first duel, Luxon was like trying to play around like a skill, like maybe he was trying to play around like a draw sense or something like that, because he used DSOD Kaiba, the Lightsworn player, but it ended up being beat down, which wasn't expected, I think, by anyone. But yeah, I guess that's like pretty. Other than Lightsworn, I think it was pretty like straightforward. That DC loss for Blue Eyes was really, really big because Taimei could have. I didn't see the game, but Taimei could have beat that Dark Lord with Blue Eyes, and then Gold wouldn't have won as many games. But strong win for APK. They're 4-1 now. Yeah, Sea Serpent XYZ is just the old water. It was renamed because there's like a fish XYZ as well that got 2nd place in the Meta Weekly last week. So that's why.
Yeah.
And Xerix just explained that in the chat.
Zarex, I think it was a report that I was analyzing, and Zarex thought about changing the name from Water Xyz because, I mean, Fish Xyz is a water deck as well, so it would become confusing if there was a Water Xyz and a Fish Xyz. So I chose for this change.
Yep. All right, next game, BMP versus Sun Clan. This was a really close war, and it started off with BMP in the lead with a 4-2, but Yasser came in, 3 wins to put him back, and then Turbo Man also 3 wins. Were any of you guys able to watch this war?
Yeah, I watched it. It was a pretty good one. I really enjoyed.
What,
Decided the last game. It was good to watch.
what are your thoughts about this match report?
Yeah, acho que the only interesting thing I see, and not, I mean, different is Rayon playing double blue eyes. It's an interesting choice, probably one of them with text for a specifically deck. And I think, yeah, both just played the best decks, which is Blue Eyes and Dark Lords. We saw Water too.
That's a good observation about Wayon playing double blue eyes. I think that might be the first time we've seen something like that being used in a
Yes.
Team Wars game in this meta for blue eyes. Saw double Dark Lords a decent amount, but not that. Sneeze, Hills, anything you guys want to say?
I don't see anything special on the sheet. I didn't get to watch the war. I think I regret it a bit because two are both great teams, of course, and it seems really like a really close war. I will maybe check the replay probably. I think, even if everything seems really classic, but always good to see each teams play in any leagues. Anyway, for me, I like both clans teams. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, unfortunately, and same as this G, I regret it because it turned out to be a good war, close till the end. And yeah, I think the only interesting thing to me is they chose to bring one level tuning Seraph Dark Lords, BMP, and the other Dark Lords were Destiny Draw. So that's probably the only odd thing about this war, I think.
I just noticed that that's something I didn't talk about, but Uchiwas did the same thing against us. They brought the first pair was 2 Dark Lords, and the 2 skills was Destiny Draw and level tuning. But that was surprising for us when they did that. So, but I didn't notice it on this sheet because there is Dark Lords everywhere actually. So I wasn't seeing it. But that's interesting. That's right.
Yeah, good observations about this game. Lots to be said, like other than the fact that it was just such a close game. Wayne's
Yeah.
double blue eyes pair, the level tuning after the blue eyes, and then of course the just the overall closeness of the game. Mars is here. Mars, welcome.
Thank you.
So Mars, oh sorry, yeah, go on.
I was waiting for Radloot, but I didn't receive anything. But
Oh yeah,
I-
yeah,
I saw the-
he had some stuff to do. He got busy a little bit, so it's not a problem though. We have your team's match report on the screen. You guys had a very, very good game. Both you and Victor winning a lot of duels for a very strong 10-4 win, first win of the season. How are you guys feeling about that?
Well, we feel very good actually. We were really frustrated about the last losses, but well, we won't give up and let's try the playoff if we can.
Yeah, it is gonna be a long road, but I think you guys definitely, it's still possible for you guys to make the playoffs. Um, how was your run in your streak in your thoughts? How did you feel about that?
I felt very good that day because, well, that win gave us a lot of confidence. But now, oh, let's try and let's see. But yeah, I mean, we have Viper and Black Snake to in our team. So, but we decided to go on the on the wire by myself, and well, I have good luck and good hands. Also.
Yeah, it was a much needed win. You guys got it, and you guys were able to beat FHX. How did you feel before the game, like playing against a new team that is not a Western team? So they're not, usually Western teams are kind of just like focused on specific decks, but the teams in the East, they are very open-minded about their choices. What was your guys' like mindset for this game?
Oh well, always before all the games, we are very confident, but sometimes the backlogs comes with us. But in this occasion, no was like that. And well, we really try to make our best work, and in every week, well, we can see the reflected that the job that we did.
Yeah, congrats again on that win, man. I missed the war actually, but I wish I saw it. Um, it seems like it was something you guys really needed for your season, and I think this is just like the beginning of something for you guys moving forward.
Well, could be, and yeah, it was really needed because 0-4, it's really bad. But well, with 6-4, we can make the playoff, and well, let's see what happens. But thank you for the congratulations.
Yeah, congrats again on that. We're gonna move on to other match reports. So Mars, at any time, if you want to comment on these match reports, feel free to just jump in and say your comments. And now we're gonna be talking about BZ versus Garuda. BZ winning 10-4. They had a really rough start this season, BZ, and they started 0-3, and now they are 2-3, beating a very good team, Garuda, who's beginning to struggle a little bit this season as well. A lot of teams in that division are not their typical selves, as it seems, but another Sidra run in this game. Anyone want to talk about this? Anything you guys noticed?
I didn't watch the game, but I think the Sidra streak was really clutch for this win, I think, and like they basically chose what to counter with it, and they first send Onomat and Vice pair, and they lost. So it's they Up made a really good streak, which made them which BZ then managed to win.
Yeah, I want to. Sham noticed something very interesting. He wrote it in the chat. It was a level dupe Onomat.
Oh,
Very interesting. Level dupe Onomat. But I thought it was. I didn't see the duel, so I don't know how different of this list was. But typically, I don't know about sending Onomat into Cyber Dragon, but maybe that list was good. They had a Fire King available, and eventually they had to send it, and that did the job. Did more than enough. In fact, it beat 2 Blue Eyes as well, but They're saying it might be a mistake and it's supposed to be onomatopoeia play. Either way, I don't think Onomat really beats Cyber Dragon. Like I don't think, unless it's late game, I don't think you want to send it early in the war. But maybe they had a plan that we don't know about. There's always, especially in this meta, because of the high Blue Eyes and Dark Lord very clearly are the decks we're gonna see streaking a lot, but due to the high viability of some other decks that can also win a few games, there's some really weird strategies that do work, and we don't know if this was one since I don't know. I guess I didn't watch the game, but anything else you guys want to add about this?
I just want to say that I see BZ being on fire, and we have to play them this week. That's all I want to say. Actually,
Oh, that's gonna be
they're
a
on
really
fire
good game.
again. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna need to put a reminder to watch that game. But yeah, okay. I guess we'll move on to the next game. Next game we have Claw Clan versus Toon Squad. Toon Squad was coming into this game, I believe 1-3. So they really needed a win here, but unfortunately for them, they were victims to a Dark Lord streak, and it's hard to really control the sack element of Dark Lords right now. But any comments from you guys?
Yeah, actually, both teams were coming from a 1-3 start, so
Yeah.
they both needed this win to make like to have hope for playoffs. And
Yes.
Clan managed to get this win, it's also a pretty good win, 10-3.
Yeah, actually, both teams needed to win here. I'm just checking right now. I didn't realize this, but Claw Clan was 1-3 before this game as well. So both of these teams basically equally needed this win really badly. Both of them had really weak RD as well. So Claw Clan getting on top here, and that beatdown hero at the end too. That was interesting. Didn't expect that. But Kurusuke, one of the best players for Claw Clan last season, he's clapping again. And that's it for this match report. I think we can move on to the next one. This was another really good game of two really good teams, SEM and Diffusion. I'm not sure if you guys watched this game. I watched a little bit of it. I missed the ending. I think when I watched it, it was 7-6 up until that point. But this was such a back and forth game because at the start, SEM was so in position to win. And when Diffusion got rid of Zenzo and Mudke was able to tie up the game, it looked like anyone's game at that point, but SEM clutching it, Ulako and Copa. Did you guys get a chance to watch this?
Yeah.
Alright, go on, Mister.
No, I didn't watch because it was during the Bananas games the same time. So, with
Yeah.
pretty good teams.
Yeah, I watch it also, but in this kind of teams, whatever of they can win, just who opens better will win because the level of these teams is very good.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That's kind of how the meta can be right now, is little control over things that can put you ahead. But now SEM is 4-1, Diffusion is 3-2. It's gonna be interesting to see how that division ends up being. There are 5 teams with three wins or higher in that division, so we'll see what happens there. On to the next match report. FM versus Switcheroo. 10-4 for Switcheroo. They needed this win. They're now 3-2 after starting 1-2. What do you guys think about this game?
I couldn't watch this because it was at the same time of my war. But yeah, one of my teammates told that if FM were struck by Act, well, it's really sad to know that what is happening with Forbidden Memories.
Yeah.
What's
This is-
interesting
Yeah.
is that all the Blue Eyes are alternative evolution, and there is no Blue Eyes with Ultimate Dragons.
Yes, that's interesting too. They
And-
opted for alternative.
Neither of those streaked, so I guess it makes it makes sense that like Ultimate Dragons, it's such a better skill to unbreak and to have an extra win condition, basically. Meanwhile, alternative evolution seems much weaker.
Yeah, I agree.
Even from Switcheroo, we saw alternative evolution. That was really,
Both teams
yeah.
opted for this.
This is the third Sidra streak of the week. We saw BR versus Phoenix. We saw Switcheroo versus FM, and then one more that I can't remember.
BZ versus Garuda.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Sidra closing off this war. Act is, I think most people would say, one of the, if not the best, Sidra Dragon player in the game.
Yeah, that's not surprising to see ACT closing the war with Cyber Dragons, actually.
Yeah. It's pretty good with the deck.
Yeah, he always manages to make top 100 with the Cyber Dragon, so
Yeah.
not a surprise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has the APK in everything.
All right, next match, Rafflesia versus YGL. And this was a very interesting war because you get a 4-0 start and then with Dark Lords, and then the opponents win 4 of their own with Dark Lords. And now it's all tied up. That's something that I think is so heartbreaking. When your team is up 4-0, it's like, wow, we're in such a good position to win, and then the opponent just keeps winning and winning and winning, and now it's just like, can we just get rid of this deck? And they finally did after 4 games. The Blue Eyes from Shiranui #1 was able to win, and then it kind of went back and forth. It's like this entire duel, or rather this match, is like a reflection, a mirror. 4 wins, then 4 wins, 1 win, then 1 win, 2 wins, then 2 wins, and then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And it was very interesting when I saw that match report. But anything you guys want to say about this game?
I like Shiranui #1 was in our team before, and then the start of this week he told me that he wanted to change teams because he preferred to be in a team with Chinese players, and I'm happy to see him actually getting some wins and finding a better fitting environment for him. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, he did his job here, more than his job actually. He went 3-2, which the team definitely needed after the game being tied up twice at that point. Okay, next one. Oh, this was one of the highly anticipated games of the week. Smogon versus Pharaohs, both of them at the same record. Pharaohs were 2-2. Smogon was also 2-2. And off the bat, it looked like Smogon was gonna win this game when I was watching. I only was able to watch the beginning. It was 4-2, and then Genos and Kubillo had other plans. 7-1 run to make a comeback and win this war. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. I also watched on the beginning because it was kind of late for me. It's pretty good teams and yeah.
Yeah, well, on my opinion, Pharaohs wrote better text than Smogon. I mean, Thunder, it's good, but sometimes it's really breaky. And well, Pharaohs try to be more consistent with Dark Lords and Blue Eyes.
It seems like maybe Pharaohs even brought 4 to 5 of each of those two decks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very, very possible. Thought it was really interesting that when Biak went 3-2 to start with TDs, Greg was sent in with Blue Eyes. They sent Blue Eyes into the Thunder instead of like another deck. So I thought that was interesting, but I mean, Greg went 1-2, and then again into the next Thunder they sent Blue Eyes. So Pharaohs definitely wanted to take that risk, even if it's not a counter level. Some people might think so, but if it's not, for argument's sake, if it's not like a very hard counter to Thunder Dragon, they still wanted to take that risk, and it paid off a little bit, but ultimately the Dark Lords were able to streak, and the Blue Eyes at the end.
Yeah, to me the best counter to Thunder Dragon it's its own bricks basically, because you either a high roll or you brick. That's what happens.
Yeah, I think it was a bit unfortunate for Smogon, like the way the decks were like the matchups that happened, like the course of the game, because the way Pharaoh sent in their decks forced Smogon into like an odd positioning for the last two players, and because the Blue Eyes wasn't able to beat the Dark Lords in two separate duels, whether that's from a brick or a Dark Lord God Hand or whatever it was, it caused Blageron to be in a very, very awkward position near the end. And although he won with Fire Kings, their three remaining decks, only one being one that had a competitive chance versus Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes Mirror obviously is so like just whoever trusts better, and Dark Lords versus Blue Eyes is a real big toss up. So unfortunately for Reseline, like, she wasn't able to be in like a position where her combo could do much, because you're losing a unfortunate mirror match and then putting Dark Lords against Blue Eyes, when you're basically asking to open really well, and potentially go first as well. Pretty unfortunate for Smogon near the end there, I have to say. And I think Pharaohs, although they did get punished for sending Blue Eyes into Thunder initially, with the 1-2 using a repeat, they didn't get punished the second time. And I think that was the key moment for the war, is they sent Blue Eyes into Thunder, and it won. And then the Dark Lord was able to streak. So if that Blue Eyes hadn't won, who knows, like, if they would have repeated or not. Knowing Pharaohs, they probably would not. So very interesting war the way it happened, but unfortunate for Smogon, but also super good for Pharaohs. So congrats to them. They're now 3-2. Anything you guys want to add?
No, I think you explained pretty much.
Yeah.
Alright, next one. Sensei versus XO. This is one of the other highly anticipated match for the week. Both teams have been on a win streak, and or rather just having decent seasons. And the story of this game was Dark Lords.
Yeah, that's really confident with their Dark Lords. Also, the Evil Eye in the beginning was an interesting deck choice starting. Actually did pretty well.
Yeah, they're notorious for pairing double Dark Lords. Unfortunately for Wower, he was only able to win one game.
Yeah.
But Gabe was able to come in and go 4-2, and then Zenith 3-0 through 3 Blue Eyes, which is pretty remarkable. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the opposing team brought multiple blue eyes, and they still didn't win against all these Dark Lords. I watched the war, and they XO opened pretty well and played also pretty well. They're outplaying their opponents and opening broken stick char combo and all the things. Probably the only unlucky player was Wawerer, I think.
yeah, Evil Eye starter was also quite interesting, especially considering that EXO got streaked on by Evil Eye the previous week. EXO still won that war last week, but they got streaked on by Evil Eye, and then they started it themselves, and it paid off 2-0. Fortunately, the Fire King did not pay off. Cyber Dragon really just does so well versus both of those decks, and so weren't able to get as much mileage off of it, but still pretty good. All right, next game. Tier 0 versus Rookies. I think this was like the match of the week. In my book, I thought this was going to be really close and really, really exciting. And it turned out to be the opposite, unfortunately. It wasn't close at all. And there were a lot of bricks from both teams, but more so one team. That being Tier 0. And it really was kind of one-sided in the end, unfortunately for Tier 0. Their Thunder Dragons just could not draw what they needed, and Rookies were just opening very, very well, and so Rookies needed this win as well. Tier 0 was 3-1, and now they're both 3-2, I believe. But Thunder Dragons, I guess, was the story of this war. Both teams really confident with it, and they it paid off.
Yeah, for one of them.
For one of them. That's for sure true.
There's also two different builds because Rookies brought the level dupe. I actually didn't watch it, but from previous weeks I know that they love to play level dupe, not with charge of Light Brigade, but with Cold and Sarcophagus. I actually don't know if they brought this one or the other though.
Yeah, I was wondering too, because I've seen Rookies playing Thunder Dragons everywhere, like Screams, other leagues, Team Wars. They really like this version with the OG. I guess they played it. Just guessing.
Yeah, they played it. I watched the one.
And meanwhile, Tier 0 opted for the Allured by Darkness version, probably with a Veil and actually for sure with Veil and other stuff, which is kinda strange, I think.
Yeah, but we've been in SPI testing this version a lot to see how it works versus Blue Eyes actually, and it did pretty well. We just ended to choose another version, but I understand why people choose this version over the classic one. Maybe there is reasons. You have many reasons to choose this over the other, but I'm not surprised about that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Tier 0 is going to be asking themselves after this war, were they playing the right version of Thunder Dragons, or was this just a truly unlucky sample size, and they just got screwed over? So they're going to be trying to figure that out, probably. Maybe they've already figured it out by now, but that's something that they, when they play this week, we'll find out what they conclude. Maybe they'll cut Thunder Dragons completely. Maybe they'll continue to play the same Thunder Dragon list. Maybe they'll change to the smaller version. And next game, X Factors versus Fallen Angels. Fallen Angels is one of the new teams this season, and they've been actually doing pretty good. They are now 3-2. And they are 4th place in their division, behind Tier 0 Rookies and Sensei. And they got a really, really big win here versus X Factor's previous runner-up in Season 7. But it was looking really bad for them at the start, with Fire King streaking pretty hardcore. What do you guys think about this game?
Yeah. Seeing the match reporter, the X Factors opted to play Black Wings. I think I didn't have seen it until this war. It's a curious option, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it won 3 games too, which is really interesting, actually.
Yeah, one of those games, actually, the DQ loss was because the previous player left, didn't leave the room after he stopped playing, and he remained in the room, so a deck was disqualified.
And that's painful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
X Factor were risky because, Drinkwater Painters and Blackwings in this Blue Eyes meta, it's, I don't know, so it's a little bit weird.
Yeah, that's really special. I think if you consider Black Wings countering anything, I don't know, maybe they considered it as a Blue Eyes counter. Probably that.
Mm.
But they sent it against Dark Lords anyway.
They had a really, really big win here, though, Fallen Angels. X Factors is... They're 2-3 right now, but they're definitely one of the best teams in the league. They have a very good history as well of just turning up at any time and being really good. So Fallen Angels will be very, very happy with this win. And they are 3-2, by record tied for first, and after tiebreakers they're 4th. But I think a very good win for them. And X Factors 2-3, still possible for them to make it, but looking a bit harder. Next game. Oh, that was the last game. So now we're going to talk about the meta analysis, and I can maybe improve the size of this on stream just so you guys can see it a little bit better. So this was the deck breakdown for this week in meta analysis. It's just Blue Eyes and Dark Lords, and then some Thunder, some Water, some Cyber, some Fire King, and then just like Weather Painters, kind of, Evil Eye, kind of, Black Wings, Luna Lights, all that stuff. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, it's a good representation of the meta right now. Both Blue Eyes and Dark Lords, the 2 best decks, but you also have some other options which can work pretty well.
I think that Blue Eyes and Dark Lords are the 2 best decks, and they're the best decks with which you can streak with, as we've seen from this week and previous ones as well. and the others like they get to maybe 3 wins or 2 wins and not much more. Sidra is the other big streaking deck if you draw core.
Yeah. Now we can take a look at the percentages of the decks too. Let me get that here. So here are the percentages of the decks. We have some decks cut off at the. There we go. And it's surprising to see, but Blue Eyes and Dark Lords barely above. Blue Eyes 51%, Dark Lords 48%. Not what you really expect, but I guess with so many, it's hard to have a great win rate overall.
Yeah.
Very interesting. The Blue Eyes Dark Lord matchup, when you look at it, 20 to 26. Blue Eyes not actually favorable there. Dark Lord being favorable with 56.5 to Blue Eyes. And other than that, I mean, Blue Eyes having a good win rate versus Thunder, Fire King, and Onomat. Whereas you see decks like Cyber Dragon having a positive win rate versus Dark Lords. Fire King, small sample size, but having multiple positive win rates. But I think what's really crazy is that the fact that we have so many rogue decks on the screen right now is because everyone else is playing Blue Eyes, Dark Lords, Thunder, Water, and you know, like those 4 decks. And even if 5 people play Black Wings, it just shows up still.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's also interesting is that almost more than a third of the Blue Eyes matches were mirror matches, actually.
Oh yeah, you're right. 29 to 29.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting because like so many teams brought Blue Eyes, and there were like the most the deck actually the matchup with the most sample size was actually the mirror match.
Yeah. That just shows how many Blue Eyes there were and how many times Blue Eyes was played against each other. But you guys have any other comments about the meta-analysis before we move to the division standings?
Okay.
All right. Let me just set up the division standings real quick. All right, so first division we have is the Dragon Ravine division. Abusement Park with a very comfortable lead in this division, 18 R&D, and Switcheroo second place. They actually play each other this week. I think that's going to be one of the most exciting matches for this week. It's going to be interesting to see who wins that one. And then third and fourth we got Pharaohs, FM, then Reflesia, Smogon, YGL, and Infinity. What do you guys think about this division and how it's shaped up so far?
I think that Abusement Park as an experienced team in the teamwork scenario, they're gonna probably be the first seed of this division, and the rest is gonna be really tight because if we see the round difference is Pharaohs and Switcheroo with Switcheroo has a win more than the Pharaohs, but they have kind of the same round difference. And meanwhile, the other teams are really all in the swamp together, basically.
Yeah, I think that's a really good description of how it is. There's a pretty nice like bell curve, I guess, of this division. Like it's 3, 3, and 2, and 2, 2, and 3, 1, 1, and 4, and 1, 4, and 1. So this division is coming out pretty shared thus far. But I think we're gonna see. I think I feel like APK will stay first even if they lose to Switcheroo, unless they lose like 10-2 or 10-3, just because their RD is so high right now. So APK is pretty much comfortable first place for the next week or two, depending on if they win this week. But yeah, I think we'll move on to the next division. This one's got BMP, SEMD Fusion, Sun Clan, Lost Tribe, Divine, FHX, and Modern Empire. Mars, what do you think about how this division has shaped up so far?
Well, I think it's a little bit complicated for some teams like us. Well, but here we have like I think 4 champions or 3. So it's one of the hardest divisions. But well, yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I think it's the hardest division actually. You have BNP, SEM is on fire. They do a really good start. Diffusion, Sun Clan, Lost Tribes is solid. This division is mad, bro.
Hegelian says rigged. Yeah, this is a very competitive division.
Yeah.
He's suing me. What did I do? I didn't do anything. But yeah, definitely competitive. We'll see like what happens in the next 2 weeks. There's still 2 more weeks of division matches left, and after that, the other 3 matches of the week after, and we'll see when teams from this division play against teams from outside the division in the last 3 weeks of the league, of the season. I mean, we'll see, what the power level really is. But can move on to the next one. All right, so here we got Hills and Sneeze G in this division, Sky Parameters and SGL. So first,
Yeah, me as well.
yeah. Oh, Mystic as well. Yeah, you're right. Actually, all 3 of you guys. So let's start with Mystic. Mystic, what do you think about this division right now?
Yeah, it's a pretty good division in my opinion. Phoenix, unfortunately, it's not doing well. But and on the other hand, Taiwan and Sky Parameters are pretty good with 4 wins and only 1 losses. Uchias and STL also busy, and Garuda are pretty close score with us, so it's gonna be interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. This division's a little bit different than the others because you have so many 2 and 3 teams. Whereas, like, if we go back to the other ones, you have none here in the Aroma Garden one, and the other one you only have 3 in comparison. So you have 2 4-1s here. I think this is the only division with two 4-1. Oh nope, FCM and BMP. So even Phoenix, there's a small chance to make playoffs. They really would have to win strong in the remaining 5 games. But Garuda, BZ, SGL, Uchihas, all as 2 and 3 have still a solid chance to make playoffs.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens with this division. I expect a lot of change to happen, by the end. Just teams moving all around. Maybe Sky Parameters moving to first, or Duel Links Taiwan moving to fourth, or like BZ moving to second or third, BR moving to first. There's the potential for just so much change is like so high.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
we'll see what happens. Hills, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a really, really hard division because there are a lot of teams all there basically. and anything can happen. So let's see.
Right. And I think Sneeze, you haven't gotten a chance to really say too much. What do you think about this?
About this league, we really thought that we have the chance to go further in this one since it's really tight. I think many teams are like on some kind of same levels. Maybe we will see probably BZ will be higher, and we expect them to be higher and really ready in the next weeks. That's the same for SGL. We will face SGL soon. I think it's next week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's next week. We just want to keep up the good work, and I think we can do even better than we are doing right now. But that's just me. I know my guys, and I think our efforts are paying off, and they will pay off in the future.
Well said. Very, very well said. Uh, I guess we can move on to the last division. This is the Toon Kingdom division. This one's also really, really crazy because you have 5, 3, and 2 teams. So the end of this all by week 10, it could be completely different. 6 teams,
Also,
7 teams are in contention for playoffs here. Even Toon
yeah,
Squad.
exactly.
Even Toon Squad can still make playoffs, although they're in a similar position as Phoenix. I can go back and show that. Both of them 1-4 with -18. Still possible. Definitely mathematically possible. Realistically still possible too, but not an easy road. But I think both of those teams will be trying hard to make, make as many wins as possible before the season ends. But what do you guys think about this division? Every time I see it, I'm just like, holy crap! It's just so close.
It's nice,
so
nice
close.
7 teams with a similar record, and it's gonna be interesting there and see who makes and who don't make.
Yeah, very interesting. And also, what I'm thinking is that the all teams basically have their own way of playing. And so, for example, rookies, they love to bring Thunder Dragons and they manage to get a lot of wins with it. Meanwhile, there is XO who loves Seraph Dark Lords, Tier 0 who are more versatile, I think. And then there's Fallen Angels which also are more versatile with Blue Eyes and as we've seen and some Seraph Dark Lords as well. So it's kind of let's see what's gonna happen because it's really, really close.
Yeah, well said. Anyone else want to comment about these divisions, or this division, I mean?
Personally, I really like this league since you have teams like X Factors, Sensei, rookies, Tier 0, of course, but rookies or X Factors, they always try to bring their own spice, something kind of new. Like, I consider Black Wings new, if I can do that, or Cloakland. A lot of players I really enjoy to watch in this league, so I think I will continue to watch a lot of match from it. I think it's an enjoying one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I guess that's it for divisions. Got through it all really quickly, but I mean, the last thing really is now, I want you guys to give any shout outs you guys have, or you want to mention your Twitter account, you want people to follow you there, or your Twitch account, or whatever. We'll start with Mars. Mars, do you have anything you want to say?
No, just thanks for having me. And I don't use Twitter, so that's it. But thanks. Really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thank you so much for being on, Mars. Mystic, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I don't use Twitter as well, but I want to shout out for all my teammates and especially Bruno for always working with me in the lineups and everything. Yes, thanks for having me again here.
All right, Hills, anything you want to say?
Yeah, thanks for having me, and shout out to my teammates, and hopefully we manage to get to playoffs. We'll see.
Yeah, good luck on that. Sneeze G, last but not least, anything you want to say?
I will, yeah, special thanks to my SPM friends and teammates, and thanks for Timos for having me today, and thanks to both Mars, Mystic, and Hills to be here with me. That was great experience for me as a still young person in Timos.
All right, well, thanks to everyone for watching. Thank you, Mars, Mystic Hills, and Sneeze G again for being on Team Wars Talk. We'll be back next week with a different host. I don't know, Mumu or Cairo or Hazy. And for week 6, match reports, meta analysis, power standing. Oh, wait, we didn't do power standing yet. Totally forgot. All right, I guess we're going to do that really quickly. I forgot about that.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, we can shoot out to Taha being kinda sick and doing great. Actually,
I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Pretty,
I feel like I was pretty monotone today, but yeah, I guess I think it's because we made a last minute edit with it. I forgot about it. All right, here's the power ranking. Actually, I can make it a little bit more zoomed in. Yeah, I'm 23 years young. Here's the power ranking. So, very interesting. Zenzo was on number 1 at number 1 for like forever this season. Luis has tied him up from Banana Rampage. How proud are you of him, Mystic, as your teammate?
Yeah, super proud to be honest. He's doing pretty great and help us. And
Yeah,
I hope he continues to clap.
I didn't even know that he was close, like that close to Zenzo. It just seems like Zenzo was super ahead of everyone so far this season. But I mean, Insert also has been doing so good. He's 17-5, 5.7 win per match. That's so high. But anything you guys want to say about the power ranking? It's pretty close right now. MVP race is still up for grabs.
Yeah, actually, Luis wasn't that close to Zenzo before this week because he went 9-1. So yeah, he basically closed the gap between him and Zenzo.
yeah, I believe Denzo went 2-2, and that was kinda not like that since team was begun this season. But Luis kept tricking. It's like the second time he goes something like 7 or 8, more than 7, kinda like that. So he's having really a great start so far.
Yeah, they're both carrying their own teams to the high standings of their own division.
Yeah, and we still got players like Acton, Yusuf-X, Mythyard, Sachi, Lorenzo, Chris, and Sniffus. So we'll see how this shapes up. It might change a lot next week too if Luis and Zenzo are playing. But I guess now for real, that's all from me. Thank you again, guys, for coming on the talk, and thank you for the viewers for always tuning in on a awkward time, middle of the week, and evening for EU. But most NA people are at work, so thank you so much, everyone, and you guys have a amazing day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
the
you
same
guys.
for you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you guys. We're gonna probably find someone to host, but for me, that is all. I'm signing out. Everyone have a good day. See ya.